Welcome back to Cosmeholics Anonymous. I am your favorite baby mama, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is the worst of Botox. And the craziest part is these might not even really be the worst. These are just the worst that I have seen today. And so what I did was I went into my old Botox email, because y'all know I just gave up on Botox, and especially during the pregnancy, and I just allowed Shooter to just do his thing with Deadass Facts. But Shooter's a busy man and he can't always be here for Deadass Facts, so I decided that I would give you guys a blessing and do some Botox for you. I might not even be giving advice today. I just want you guys to hear the ridiculousness that I have to deal with, and this is why I have not done Botox. Enjoy. Hi Bo, I seriously watch you religiously and need you and Shooter's help. Please keep me anonymous. I watch your baby videos and completely agree that a child should be brought into this world in a calm, stable environment with two loving partners. My boyfriend and I have been in a relationship for 3 years and have been there for one another with major things regarding family, health, and even his drinking problems and him finding out he's adopted. Our relationship has been rocky due to his immaturity and irresponsible behavior. I can't lie and say that he hasn't grown throughout the years into a better person, but I would not go as far as to say that he is remotely close to getting life figured out. He has major emotional and identity issues to figure out. Hasn't finished school or maintained a job, has very destructive coping mechanisms. We've been trying to work through it, and I've been by his side throughout, but recently he has been having major baby fever. He believes that having a child will be the solution for all of his life problems and that he will be forced to do better in life and overcome his complacency. I told him that I want to get married before having a child with a person and would not have a child with someone when our lives are in constant chaos. You are one smart cookie girl, so I'm worried about where this email is going to take me just because you seem smart. A child should not be born to fix your problems. Amen. Since this conversation, he has refused to have sex with me unless we can work on having a baby. This sound crazy, okay? It's been a month long and he hasn't budged. I personally feel unwanted and extremely sexually frustrated, and above all else, I feel like he's pressuring me into something I'm not comfortable in. It's another example of him not respecting my boundaries. I don't believe sex is necessarily a must in every relationship. It just was a part of ours. We have sex 3 to 4 times a week, and having no intercourse has been making me feel really unsatisfied on top of all our other problems. It troubles me more that he is using sex as a leverage on me regarding such an important issue as a woman. Please help. What should I do? How should I approach this issue? Baby girl, you need to go, okay? I said I probably wasn't gonna do advice, but this girl needs the blood of Jesus. Like, I can't deal. If you're setting boundaries and he's not respecting those boundaries, there's no relationship. If you are not ready for children and he is trying to push you to have children, you need to leave the relationship. There's so many red flags here. There's so many things that are negative in the relationship that are clearly not being able to work on with just you two. And you didn't say your age here. I don't really see therapy being a thing, especially because you guys are not in a committed relationship, as in you guys are not married, so therapy is not really necessary. Yes, you guys have been together for a while, but he isn't growing up and you might be growing past him, and it's okay to grow past people. It's okay to leave people in the dust, leave them behind, never see you again. You know what I mean? And so that's what you really need to do. I know it sucks to leave somebody, whether it's a friend, family member, or lover, but sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. You cannot let those people drain you and suck the energy out of you. One day, you are going to find the right person to have children with. I was just talking about this in one of my other videos. It's like I was talking about this on Instagram Live. It's like when you find the person that you want to settle down with, you just find them, and you know that this is who you want to be with, this is who you want to have children with, and you take those necessary steps. If this is not a person that you can see yourself with long term, or see yourself having his children because he's destructive, then it's like you're only sticking around because you feel bad for him. You have like a soft spot for him and you feel pity, and of course you're in love, and so that's why you want to stick around. But at the end of the day, you can't do that to yourself because it's unfair to you. Sometimes we have to put ourselves first. You have to look at your own happiness first, and that's just, it is what it is. So get your ass packed up and go, sis. Like, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't. And the fact that he's withholding sex because you don't want to have a child, girl, you need to leave him. Let him go find somebody that wants to have a baby with his crazy ass. Like, you don't want to have a child with somebody that has drinking problems or that has drug problems. You don't want to have a kid with somebody like that just because those traits are hereditary and they can be passed down to you or passed down to your children. You don't want to bring your kid into a toxic environment. And so it's very important to watch things like that when it comes to being in a relationship. Hey Bo, I hope you read this. I hope you post this on your next Botox. Recently, I just thought I was in a relationship with someone. What? Let me start from the very beginning. Back in October last year, this guy slid into my DMs. Ugh. Not once, but more than once, and I said no to him. This was before October 2016. Then October 2016, he came at me again. At first I said no, then he kept begging me, so I gave him a chance. Even though I knew he wasn't good, and I knew what he wanted from me. I gave him a chance, and I was kind of nervous because he always goes MIA on me, so I didn't take him seriously at all. I never saw the guy in my life. I live in Scarborough, and he lives in Oshawa. Girl, that's where you up, okay? Why are you talking to people from Oshawa? You already know them. This is dirty. Like, what? Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Oshawa. I don't be fucking with nobody from that side of the like, listen, you can't fuck with nobody past Ajax, okay? After Ajax, it's a no-go. It's a red zone. Like, don't date anybody in those areas if you're from Scarborough. Like, to me, that's like the boonies, okay? You don't want to talk to anybody from there, but do you, sis? Let me continue. So I was really iffy. My gut instinct just told me to decline him again, but I didn't listen. So he never claimed me as his girl or whatever, and he was depressed. What? I found out when he told me he was going to jail. You see what I mean? He's dusty. He was going to jail for what? Because his ex put him in there. Girl, no, this is mess. This is just a mess. He told me the story, but you know there's always two sides to the story, and I didn't believe his side. Okay, where's this email going? So I was really upset that I said yes, and I gave him a chance. He told me to hold him down while he was in prison, and I said, yes, big idiots. Yes, girl, you are big idiots. Like, I'm glad you put that in parentheses because, yes. Then mid-October, I cheated on him, a person who I never saw, and I got super turned off because he showed me his pee-pee on FaceTime. And right then and there, I knew he only wanted to pork. So I don't know how I hurt him and cheated on him when he was depressed and turning me off. So I left him and he kept on DMing me. How he DMing you if he in prison? I'm confused. Months later, and I blocked him. He blocked me as well. So now it's been months and I haven't talked to him, and I'm like, let me see if he's actually in prison. So I hit up one of his close friends on Instagram. But why are you doing this when you didn't even have interest in the man? Why? Like, I really am confused when some of you guys emailed me. I'm really confused. I found out that he was in prison. Him and I started talking again. Girl, you guys see why I don't do Botox. Be an idiot. Like, I can't even deal. He sent me a letter saying I'm his main woman, but he wants to keep me low-key, and he wants me to open and close my legs for him only. He also states he wants me to engage in okay. I'm not reading any more of this email. I will pray for you. I will pray for him, and I will pray that you lose the idiot demon from your soul. Like, I can't deal. This font is huge. Like, this font is so big. Hey, boy, I love you so much. Your videos give me life. Keep on being the baddest bitch here on the YT. Okay. I'm not the baddest bitch, but I'll take it, bitch. Yes. I'm 15 years old. Here we go. And on the last day of school, I was supposed to kiss this boy. We'll call him Ramen. Why are we calling him Ramen? I don't know. For the school year is ending, what do you want thing. Kids. kids. I kept avoiding him because I was being goofy. So we were supposed to kiss at the end of the last period, and he said he was at the rendezvous point. So I took my sweet time to arrive, and when I arrived, he wasn't there. I texted him and he told me he left, and I was laughing because I knew he was pressed he didn't get a kiss. I get home and then told him, I guess you're gonna have to wait until next year. And then he told me, we can do it over the summer. You guys are corny and lame. I'm just gonna say, I know you guys are just kids, but you guys are corny. I was sort of puzzled because it's just a kiss. Like, damn, my lips are big and soft, so I guess that's why he wanted to kiss them. Jeez. Sis, please be 15. I don't even want to read the rest of this, but please just be 15 and don't be doing all these extra things. Just don't. Ugh. So I told him he must really want that kiss, and guess what he told me? Well, I mean, I like you. I was infuriated because he waited until the last day of school to tell me this. You couldn't read the signs, girl. I always knew when boys liked me when I was in high school. I always knew. They didn't have to tell me shit. I just knew and I would just go along with it. Hello. He went on to tell me he's liked me since January. So then he asked me if we could happen. And I was contemplating on it, so I asked if we were going to talk or date. And he said date. I told him to slow his roll because, well, girl, why did you ask him if that's not the answer you wanted? Don't give people options if you want them to say the other thing. I told him to slow his roll because I don't do getting asked out over text because, in my opinion at least, I don't think a relationship should start with words on a screen. We played 21 questions once. Rookie mistake. All 15-year-old boys are too freaky. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I simply asked him if he's ever cheated, and he goes on to ask me if I've ever had sex. And this is where we know he's either a virgin or a fuckboy or both. We're over him. Yeah, we're over him because he is out of control with these questions that he's about to ask her, and he's a bum. So, they're dating. By the end of this email, she lets me know that they are definitely dating. This is her first boyfriend, and she wants to know if she should break up with him, talk it out with him, wait till the school year starts again in August. She lives in Atlanta. Girl, honey, yeah, school already started. I'm a little late on this email, but I really hope that you figured it out. I really hope that you decided not to go through and talk to him, because honestly, there's not too many boys at that age that want real relationships, and that's why young girls get their heart broken. That's why we're vulnerable human beings, and boys play with us and you get your heart broken. That is why, because they only want one thing. And even if you do decide to, even if you do get into a relationship and blah blah blah, and you feel like you're in love, and then you decide that, yeah, this is who I want to lose my virginity to, blah blah blah, and it happens, that relationship ain't gonna last. There is a very slim chance that the person that you are canoodling in high school will end up being your mate after the fact, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, like Bruce Nolan. So you might want to break up with him if you haven't already, okay? Like, don't be dating fuckboys. Wait till you're like 17 to start dating. Wait till you're 18. I know that this is a little hard or rough to do, excuse me, because you feel like you're not getting that experience, but you don't need that experience. Like, right now your priority is not boys. I'll tell you that right now. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Learn from me. If you don't want to, that's your business. Hey Bo, I'm a 22-year-old girl, independent, works her butt off, bougie as hell. My friend calls me Queen Sheba. Well, I know all about that, honey. But let's get into this, because she sent me some pictures of her and her man, okay? She called him her chocolate poppy. She says she's here to give me tea, and she will be using fake names. I started working for a company in the fall and met a gorgeous, curvy black girl named Nicole. I had a crush on her. However, she told me later, when we built a friendship, when you first entered the department, I thought we wouldn't get along, and I didn't like you. Bo, that's so unfair. I don't even know her, and she's already had this negative feeling towards me, but that's normal. That's just like when people see me, they're like, ugh. And then they get to know me and they're like, bitch, you lit, and I'm like, ah, and it just, you know, it's a good time. So I hope when Salem comes out, she is feeling the same way. She's gonna look at me and be like, this is my mom. And then when she gets to know me, she's gonna be like, my mama is fine, my mama is a lit, okay? And yeah. But like, anyway, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Like, that's just how it is. Like, people will see you, they form an opinion because maybe you have resting bitch face, or maybe like you just give off this super confident vibe, or like you just seem too cool, and so people read you the wrong way, and then they have a conversation with you and they're like, well, damn. So I don't personally take offense when people don't like me right off the bat, because I've been going through it my whole life, but maybe you're just not used to it. Anyway, Bo, that's so unfair. I don't even know her and she's already had negative feelings towards me. Fast forward to this past March, I was single and she had a 24-year-old friend named Marcus who she introduced me to, and we hit it off right away. By Easter, he asked me to be his girlfriend. I find 25-year-old Nicole, who is 6 months pregnant for her live-in boyfriend, has had feelings for Marcus for the past 15 years of their friendship. Things escalated quickly with this one-sided love triangle. Marcus and I started off on a rocky note. He had been honest and said in late March there was a woman he was hurting by being with me. That's messy. So because I am a dramatic bitch, I told him to pick up his toothbrush and other small items, LOL, and met him in the lobby to get them. I didn't want an explanation, but he was persistent and we spoke. I come to find out the girl is Nicole. But if you was pregnant for somebody and you was living with somebody and you are supposed to be in love with that somebody, why the hell are you mad that I'm with this person? Like, I had a friend like that, like, ugh, I can't even deal. I can't even deal. Anyway, I asked Nicole if this was true and she denied it. However, Marcus showed me the screenshots and it said in italic text, "Bish, she has feelings for the man." Nicole seemed confused, but okay. To this day, she doesn't know I know. Let's move forward to May. She gets people involved in our department and is spreading our business. She's also telling people I'm a whore. Marcus only wants me for sex and I'm a bum bitch. LOL, Bo. She asked me to pay for her lunch countless times because things were so tight for her, and she still owes me money for an outro. Not an Outria wig, child. Was it the synthetic, bitch? Because you know Outria has all the synthetic wigs. I ordered online. Last time I checked, all my bills were paid in full, hunty. Also, one of her minions threatened to fight me. Nicole approached me on my lunch break, threatening me. She called me over 25 times, threatening to come to my home, non-stop texting, and finally when my chocolate poppy Marcus picked me up from work, she tried to hit our car. Girl. I had to go to HR and they served her a cease and desist on my behalf. Well, damn. I don't know what to do. Marcus and I are trying to move forward with our relationship, but it is a lot for us. Any advice? Also, Nicole keeps coming for me and I have blocked her on everything, but I see her every day and she's just a big bully along with her minions. It's uncomfortable. I work with her every day. Marcus and I have been trying to be the bigger people, LOL. Mind you, Marcus and Nicole have never dated or kissed. Marcus has no feelings for her whatsoever. Love, bum bitch. First of all, go ahead, Marcus, with your cheekbones, honey. Okay, Marcus has some nice cheekbones and some beautiful brown skin. But, what was I gonna say? There's only a couple ways this can go. One, she should not be bringing in this unnecessary drama to work, because it's not like you tried to, it's not like Marcus was her man and she was dating Marcus and you came in and stole him from under her. That's not what happened. She has her own relationship and stuff, and I'm confused as to why she's doing the things she's doing. Not really confused, because this is how women will act if they don't have it their way. I mean, if she wanted to be with Marcus and Marcus didn't want to be with her, that's something she needs to learn to accept. She cannot be coming at your neck because Marcus chose you. Like, he chose up. It is what it is. I think that if you can't talk to her, she just needs to get her ass beat. Like, sometimes you just gotta beat people up. Sometimes you just gotta fight them and like put them in their place. Like, you have to find a way to check her, because if it starts to affect your coin, if it starts to affect the workplace environment, that's a problem. It's kind of weird to me that if she tried to hit your car, they didn't fire her. That's weird to me. I think that it needs to be escalated somewhere at the workplace, because you shouldn't be getting bullied at work. I don't know who you have to report to, but like, it can't come down to a thing where you have to quit your job because these people are so emotionally draining and being so unfair to you. over something they know nothing about. I hope that Marcus is no longer speaking to Nicole as friends, because this is not how you treat your friend. This is not how you treat your friend's girlfriend. Whether you have feelings for them or not, you know, you have to have boundaries. Girl, you have to have boundaries set, and you have to respect those boundaries. I really feel like Nicole needs Jesus. I feel like she needs help. I don't know how to handle Nicole. Really, I don't know how to handle the situation. I don't know if you should beat her up, or if you should let work handle it, or if you need to just have a grown woman conversation with her, if you need to talk to her boyfriend. Like, maybe that's where you need to take it, since she wants to be so damn dirty and disgusting, so nasty and so rude. You need to go to her boyfriend now and be like, look, this is what's going on. You know nothing about this. I'm gonna let you know this because it's affecting my workplace environment. It's affecting everything. If she wants to go tit for tat, girl, you gotta go tat for tit. Like, you know what I mean? That's just what has to happen. If it's to a point where you feel you can't control it and you're so uncomfortable, you have to escalate it to make her feel uncomfortable. And then you guys are even, and she'll leave you the hell alone. Once you go tell her baby daddy that she is mad that you're dating Marcus and that she clearly has feelings for him, and show him those screenshots, it's a wrap. It's a done deal. I'm not personally here for breaking people's relationships up, but I mean, you're not about to cause problems in mine and affect my cash flow, essentially. Like, you're just not gonna do it. So that's what I would do. Don't judge me by the title. Here's a story, Bo. I'm 19 years old and I currently live in NOLA, and let me tell you, girl, what the hell I got myself into. Okay, so I'm a proud thought. Call me a slut, Lord Amber Rose. I can't. I'm a fan of sex. No one can shame me for that. Regardless, I don't really talk to many guys at once. I have a boo for food, a boo for a quick dick, that sort of thing. I'm not sleeping with hundreds of people. Well, that's nice. Around a year ago, I met the sexiest guy alive. Let's call him Omar. I didn't know they existed in real life. 6'3", glass of dark chocolate, and hood as frig. His face tats were so sick. I love them. Oh, you was a real ratchet girl. You know, I love a face tats too, but I could not bring a man with face tats home to my mother. I just couldn't. I don't like buff guys. I kind of like skinny guys. I don't know. He kind of built like A$AP Rocky, if you're getting the picture. Okay, I can see it. Me and him started talking. He was definitely looking for a serious relationship. I would send him videos of me trying on bikini in a dressing room because, to be honest, I was just after the D. And he would send me things saying, make sure not to send that out because guys use girls and all that. I was surprised because his hood demeanor never gave me a respect woman vibe. I wasn't looking for a serious relationship at the time, so our little fling died down. We would hang out in his car and smoke his ganja. Yeah, he was a dealer, even after we stopped talking. 7 months ago, I met my now boyfriend. Let's call him Zach. Zach, 6'1", pretty brown-skinned boy with severe anger problems. For some reason, it's always the brown-skinned ones. For some reason, his troubled self made me feel like I could change him. Never think that. Zach grew up in a rough household and in group homes and such. He was a real gangbanger. He's been in and out of jail a few times and he wants to go to college to get his life on track. He told me I was his motivation to do better in life. Me and Zach fell in love and it was totally weird for me to start dating someone, but we've been together for 6 months. We all live in a rough neighborhood where people get shot without warning, but I never directly been involved with any gang or the streets. I just smoke their shit, LOL. I have all sisters, so none of us are really that known for gangs and such. Zach is in a gang, but he tries to make it seem like he isn't. He really thinks since I don't know anyone involved in a gang, I don't know what he does. Little does he know, my friend's brother is in a gang, and whenever I'm at her house, I ask her questions about Zach. Apparently, when he was 16, he used to kill guys that were short on payments. When I heard this, I was so shocked you would not believe. I didn't know Zach back in high school since I attended one in a different district, but he told me in high school he used to just sell weed, which personally, I don't really care if the person I'm dating does decide to sell weed. I asked him and he got extremely angry. He just left and didn't speak to me for a few weeks. I'm a Leo and I'm super stubborn. In those weeks, I started up talking to Omar again just to smoke, since whenever I used to smoke, it was Zach's weed and we weren't talking. Omar invited me over to his house. I hesitated on whether or not I should go, but I was so angry at Zach, I said, F it. He basically admitted to me he was a murderer, and I don't play that. I went to Omar's house, and I'm not gonna lie, I got dressed up for that shit. I beat my face, shaved my vagina, wore a cute yet thotty outfit. I take a mirror pic of my outfit and send it to my streakers on Snapchat, and I fucking forgot that Zach is my streaker. He snap messages me, asks him where I'm going, and I don't reply. You've been ignoring me for almost 3 weeks. We're basically not even dating. Don't worry. I get to Omar's house and we smoke and start kissing, which leads to making out, which leads to sex. It was amazing. Having sex when you're high is my favorite thing ever. I remember those days. After we fuck, we smoke again and we watch SpongeBob. I'm knocked out until the morning and I wake up to Zach blowing my phone. He even calls my mom, who tells him I never came home. After I shower and leave Omar's house, I go home. On the drive there, he calls me and I answer just so he can stop blowing up my line. He begs for my forgiveness and I say whatever. In a different situation, I would have said we were basically over, but I felt so guilty about sleeping with Omar. But I asked him again about his past and about the person that kills people that couldn't pay up, and he was stuttering. He was basically saying that he couldn't believe I would believe that about him and such and such. I drop it because in 2 weeks it's just gonna end. I'm just gonna end things with him. Me and Omar still talk and we're still having sex and such, okay? I cheated, but I'm literally forcing myself out of guilt to be with Zach. And I was planning on ending soon. So why not just end it? Like, what are you doing? One day when I'm at Omar's house, he asked me about Zach. He knew I had a boyfriend, but he never asked exactly who. I was weirded out and asked if Omar knew I was dating Zach. His face dropped. He said no. I could tell he was acting weird. Why else would he ask me that? Anyway, he said that him and Zach attended the same high school and that Zach sells straight gas, and to give him his number. What I didn't know is that Omar's little sister and Zach dated a while ago, and Zach got her pregnant and left. She had a botched abortion and faced several health problems. Apparently, Omar vowed to kill Zach because of it. I had no knowledge of this at the time though. So I do give Omar his number. A few days later, Zach is shot. He was in the hospital for weeks, but thankfully the shot wasn't damaging. I did break up with him while he was in the hospital though, which I know is really sad, but according to his social media, he's back on his gang shit, so it's not like I left him when he was in critical condition. While Zach was in the hospital, he asked me if I knew Omar. I said why. He said Omar is the one that shot him, and that Omar said he's been fucking me and basically opt. I denied everything, of course. I never set up Zach. I had no idea that him and Omar had even known each other. Zach is not about to snitch to the cops that Omar was the one that shot him, but apparently planning on seeking revenge. For some reason, I feel responsible. Help me, Bo. Girl, I can't help you. I really can't help you. Like, I feel like you need to deny, and die with the lie. Because you are now caught in something that you have no control over. It's not your fault that Zach got shot. You know, he was going to get shot regardless. Omar wanted his revenge, and he was going to get his revenge regardless because Zach did something shiesty to his sister. That's not your fault. I get why you feel like you're at fault because you're the one that gave him his number, and I guess, I don't know. I guess you kind of helped Omar to get one step closer to the person that he wants to kill. And thank God that he didn't kill him, because then that would really be on your conscience. But honestly, it's not your fault and you can't feel like you're to blame. They're both involved in some street ass shit and it has nothing to do with you. If you live by the gun, you're gonna die by it too. And so if that's what Zach's doing, then that's what's just gonna happen to him. It's karma. If Zach was out here murdering people for being short on payments before, then, you know, he has whatever's coming to him. I don't know if that's true or not. He said it's not, but at the end of the day, when you're involved in something that is gang related or something that is street related, your time will come. His time may not have been when Omar decided it was his time, but his time will come. It might not be Omar that kills him. I hate that people feel like they can play God. Like, you're not God. You have no right to try to take somebody out of the world that you did not bring into the world. You know what I mean? So I absolutely hate when people do stuff like that. Like, you can't be out here seeking revenge on you can't be out here seeking revenge on people because they did something bad to you. Like, you have to let God kind of deal with them. You have to let them, you know, you have to let them get their own karma, their own judgment. Of course, what Zach did was not cool. You know, his sister, Omar's sister, suffered a lot from getting pregnant by Zach. But it's not for Omar to decide how Zach's fate goes. It's not for Omar to decide whether Zach lives or dies based on that alone. We don't get to determine when people live and die. People will die when they're supposed to die. If Zach was supposed to die at the hands of Omar shooting him, then that's just what it was supposed to be, and that's just what was written in the book. But he didn't die. He alive, and he will live his life until he's not supposed to live it anymore. You were very wrong for cheating on Zach, and you say you didn't know that Omar was who he was, or you didn't know that they knew each other and you didn't know anything about the situation, which is fair. But you were still very wrong for cheating on him, because if you were going to break it off with him in the first place, you should have just broke it off with him, and instead of waiting until he was in the hospital to break up with him and cheating on him religiously to the point where the guy basically used that against him or against you. Like, why would the guy even involve you? You know what I mean? He's basically involving you in something that he didn't need to involve you in, because for all he knows, if Zach feels like you set him up, or if Zach feels like you purposely told Omar where to find him, or you gave him his number or whatever, that falls on you, and then you're involved in something that you don't want to be involved with. This is a key lesson in watching who you attract and watching who is attracted to you, and also who you decide to give the time of day. If you want to give the time of day to with face tats, expect somebody to get shot, okay? Because I don't know when with a face tat that is not a tattoo artist that gives a fuck about anything. You know what I mean? If you have a face tattoo, chances are you don't care about anything. Especially if it's a large face tattoo, or if it's multiple face tattoos. Once you get a face tattoo, you're identified. Once you get a face tattoo, people are looking at you with a side eye, unless you have tattoos all over the place because you are a tattoo artist. If you just have a face tattoo and you're not a millionaire, it don't make sense. You know what I mean? And so you need to really evaluate the kind of guys you like, because you're probably going to be in these kinds of situations regularly, and it's sad. And so that's all I really have to say about that. You know, I'm not going to judge you for saying that you're a slut and all that. I'm not personally down with the slut movement. I wouldn't want to be called a slut. I wouldn't be a self-proclaimed slut either. Sure, women like to be pleasured too. Women like to have sex. But I think the whole slut thing is a little extra. I'm not here for it. I'm just not. Like, it's not cute. That's that. But I hope you figure it out. Don't feel bad about giving the number to Omar, because you had no idea. I guess you should have been more cautious and read between the lines, but sometimes some things just happen the way they happen and you can't help them. Okay guys, that is it for the worst of Botox. I think the ones I read today were pretty bad. Maybe I'll continue to do the worst of, because, you know, they're all pretty much the same. And I absolutely do not enjoy the foolishness. I might do a little bit more. I might do a little more of these worst of Botox segments, but I kind of just wanted to come through with the Botox because I know you guys miss it so much, and I know you guys love your dead ass facts too. I'll see if Shooter is not busy and he can film something for you, you know. I'm excited to read the comments under this video. I really am. But tell me, out of all the situations that I went over today, which one do you think was the absolute worst? And just share your thoughts. Offer your advice to the girls that emailed me, and do what you normally do. I love you all so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.